Declan.
Hey guys, welcome back to Totally Random Talk Show. Today we have a special guest. His name is Declan. He's here to talk to us. And we're going to talk about Christmas subjects today.
Everyone's favorite holiday of the entire year. Hopefully. We would hope so. Alrighty. So, we got a lot of fun things we're going to talk about, so why don't we just hop right into it. We're going to kick off our first topic, and some of you may know this one, some of you might not, but it's Elf on the Shelf.
Now, I see, Declan, you look terrified.
Yeah. Elf on the Shelf, I, for one, think he is very horrifying and creepy. He is one of the most scariest things I've ever seen, to be honest.
I would have to agree with that statement. The Elf on the Shelf it's a common tradition in many households, and I can understand why people have it. They want to make sure their kids are being good children, and so they can get gifts from Santa, obviously. But I don't know, that elf is just, he's scary.
Oh, yeah, for context, Elf on the Shelf is this elf you can buy that you put, on a shelf. He moves around every day, and he reports back to Santa if you've been naughty or nice. So, yeah, but he is terrifying.
Yeah, and most of the time he rigs it so he says you're naughty instead of nice for whatever reason.
He's just mean.
Even if you do service for literally everyone in the house, he's like, they were naughty today. He's evil. Evil.
If you have ever seen Studio C, then they have Elf on the Shelf, and he's a spy, and he's trying to go back to Santa with bad news.
It's really scary. Yeah.
All I can say is that the Elf on the Shelf's eyes stare into your soul all the time, every day, if you have it. He is horrifying.
Wise words.
You know, one of the funny things is the tradition of elves, or like the belief in elves, was most commonly known as like elves not being good. Like they were evil tricksters that like went around and stole people's food. So the fact that we have an elf on our shelf in our house, it's kind of scary.
Although Santa's elves are a little bit better because they make toys, but that means they're kind of slaves.
Yeah, they work 24/7, 365, and they get paid nothing. And
except for candy.
They get candy and hot cocoa. Do they even get paid breaks? Huh? Do they get time off?
Or hopefully it's like.
Do they have a 401k?
Wait.
Roth IRA? Question mark.
Hopefully it's more like in the Santa Claus. If you've ever seen that, they kind of it's like a normal
bunch of slave kids.
No, but it feels like they have like a manager of sort, and it's like. They'd hopefully have time off, but because it's part of the movie, they don't need to have time off because it's right before Christmas. But yeah, they work on Christmas Eve and like the holidays. Wow, these guys are
yeah, but like in the movie
workers.
The Santa Claus, like everyone's like 1,000 years old, but they literally look like they're 6. Like that one part where Tim Allen is sitting in his room, and that one girl comes in and she's like, "Do you like my hot chocolate? It's a 1,000-year-old recipe that I made." He's like, "You're 1,000 years old? You look really good for your age." And she's like, "I'm seeing someone in wrapping." That part's really funny and weird, but like it's like, wait, what? They're 1,000 years old, but they're like 8. This is weird. Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
Well, we probably should get on to our next topic because it's about the same thing.
Yeah,
It's about the North Pole.
The North Pole is also interesting because that's where all the slaves work and make toys.
Okay, indentured
Okay.
servants.
Indentured servants.
Do you have anything to say about the North Pole, Declan?
Yeah. Where did they get the name?
Well,
How does it work?
you see, we have a South Pole and a North Pole. The North Pole is the very northmost point on the Earth, and the South Pole is the most south point. And
Right.
it rotates, the Earth rotates on an axis around
So that's
the
where
pole.
it gets the pole.
the giant pole.
So the
Yeah.
axis, that's the pole.
Yeah, that's how it works. It is a little weird. And another weird thing that I'd like to point out is there is actually nothing like in the North Pole. It's just water.
Yeah.
Like,
But
yes, there's ice.
the North Pole place is like Greenland, maybe. I don't
yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Like with land, the closest place with land is probably Greenland.
Yeah,
Or-
somewhere around there.
Yeah.
And I mean, it is safe to say that there definitely is ice, but like, you know,
The
it's
South
ice.
Pole is Antarctica. So why doesn't Santa just go there?
Why doesn't he go to the South Pole? It'd be easier
Yeah.
and better.
Well, let's just say that there's a hidden continent on the top that Santa stays at.
Yeah, it's probably like some place that you can never find, like in the third Pirates of the Caribbean movie,
Yeah.
where they go to the salt flats in Utah.
But
it's,
Yeah.
it's not, you know.
It's at the edge of the
Yeah,
world.
it's a weird concept to think about. But it's kind of funny, so,
Yeah.
yeah.
Whenever I think of the North Pole, I think of like barber shops where they have the like pole that's red and white.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I always think of that.
I picture that too. Just like in
Yeah.
the Santa Claus and the
Yeah.
barber pole.
In the Santa Claus, there is actually a barber pole that like sticks out of the ground.
The barber pole.
Yeah.
Wait, we got the North Pole, the South Pole, and the barber pole.
The barbers came from there. You guys, this is a new theory. All the barbers are elves.
You got north, east, west, or south and west, and barber.
Why do you think all the barbers always ask you prying questions? It's because they want to find out if you've been naughty or nice, because they're gonna tell Santa.
Oh.
Think about it.
I see how that works now.
Yeah. Santa gives you the gift of a haircut. Wait.
Merry Christmas. Then he throws it in the fire and it makes coal.
He's magical. He could just make anything into anything else if he wanted to, since he's magical. So he'd just probably make your dirty old hair into a present that would actually not be hair, but no one would know.
Yeah, that's true.
All
Very
right.
interesting.
That's about everything for the North Pole. So let's get on to the next topic. Now, this one is a big one. It might take a little longer to
bit
talk
longer,
about.
yeah.
Yeah, we're going to talk about Christmas foods. Now, I'd say there's it's a little bit of a big genre, so we're going to break it down. First, we're going to talk about Christmas breakfast, okay?
Which is a thing.
Oh yeah.
Yes, and what you guys eat for breakfast on Christmas, and then we can keep going.
So, what we usually do for Christmas is,
The biscuits with gravy.
yeah, it's usually biscuits with gravy, and they taste really good. But what I wish we would do at some point is have a giant waffle bar. So, I don't know, maybe at some point, get a little waffle, you know, throw some Nutella on there, some berries, something else, I don't know, make it delicioso, you know? Delicioso.
Yeah.
See? I said it like a
Yeah.
gringo.
So. Yeah. Like Trey said, we just eat biscuits and gravy. Pretty good.
Do you have any? Do you have like orange juice or anything with it?
How did you
Yeah.
guess?
Yeah.
Well, orange juice
It's iconic.
is good.
It's iconic.
Yeah, and it's easy to make if you just have a frozen can of it. So yeah,
True. Very true.
No,
What do you do?
I'm trying to think. So some Christmases we're out of town, but that hasn't been for a while. So we usually have a souffle. I've noticed a lot of people actually don't know what a souffle is. It's basically made of. It's like I'd say casserole made out of eggs, basically. But ours has eggs and bread for the, I guess, structure, and then it has sausage or bacon and some cheese and everything. So it's like a breakfast casserole of sorts, and it's really good. And
Sounds
we also
good.
have orange juice. So yeah.
That does sound good. It kind of reminds me of like those egg skillets where you just like
Yeah.
throw eggs and a bunch of crap in. And
Yeah.
You're like, boom, make food.
Boom, food is done. Eat. Okay.
Salmonella, maybe.
No. Yeah. What about lunch? Do you have anything special for lunch on Christmas?
Kraft mac and cheese.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure no one cares about lunch at Christmas. We just eat like leftovers. Anything that's in the fridge is free game. It's just like, just eat whatever because we have to prepare dinner.
Another thing is, usually we just don't eat lunch because
Yeah.
sometimes dinner is big.
And we're also
Almost
busy
Thanksgiving.
with presents
Yeah,
and family.
exactly.
So yeah, what about Christmas dinner? Now this is the big one, right?
This is the
This is where everyone eats
This
the
is the
most
huge
food they'll ever eat, more than Thanksgiving if you celebrate Thanksgiving. And you get stuffed. Sometimes. Or you could just eat a nice little soup, maybe a sandwich, and be done.
Some people go all out for Christmas dinner. Some people don't. And either way works, honestly. Like, if you have a PB&J sandwich for Christmas dinner, like, it doesn't matter. Because, you're still celebrating Christmas with your family. And Christmas dinner isn't the most important part of it. But some people, they like to have a big Christmas dinner to celebrate. Which is also great as well. So
what do you have for Christmas dinner?
Well, this is a common one that a lot of people find. Ham for Christmas dinner. We sometimes have mashed potatoes. Yeah. That's all I can remember.
Very nice.
I forgot last Christmas.
we have food.
Yeah, I couldn't have guessed that. That's interesting.
No, we eat rocks from outside.
Gives you a little extra crunch.
Yeah, your teeth get a little extra crunch.
I mean, your teeth are strong, but not that strong.
Yeah.
Don't eat rocks unless they're like really, really
No, just don't
soft.
eat rocks.
And it's called rock candy.
Yeah,
Okay, fair,
that's
fair.
the
See what I mean?
Fair,
There's
fair.
rock candy, and then there's actual rocks that are outside.
rocks. Eat pop rocks.
You can eat sand because it's just crushed rocks, but don't do that either.
Yeah.
It's not good for you.
No, it's not.
You can do it, we just don't recommend it.
Yeah. It won't actually do much to you, but
You'll
Still
just
not good
be
for you.
weighed down by a bunch of sand in your stomach. It's a sandbag.
it's a sandwich. Oh, no.
That's what I call a sandwich.
Okay, I think I ruined it. Okay, so usually for my Christmas dinner, I don't know, sometimes we've just done some random food, right? We eat a big breakfast for Christmas sometimes, like the souffle, and then just don't really eat anything put together. I don't know, but sometimes we have ham and turkey and stuffing and mashed potatoes. Lots of the Thanksgiving food that
Yeah.
we make before, but I guess a little more Christmassy, like maybe some sparkling cider as well. Yeah. If you're hungry enough, you can eat the horse outside. No, just kidding.
Hold on.
Go grab the horse, Billy.
Come here, we're gonna go get ourselves a gator.
Gator. Yeah, no, that's what people in Florida do. They just grab an alligator from outside and start cooking him on the grill. Yeah.
Gator found me some squirrel.
And then you see on the news that a guy got eaten by a gator that had third-degree burns from a grill.
Has grill marks on its back.
Okay. Yeah, and here I think it's the last section, I guess, of Christmas food, right? Oh, there's maybe two more. So I'll start with this one. What about Christmas desserts? What are your top 3 Christmas desserts? We'll start with Declan.
Ooh. Pie. Pie. Ice cream, maybe?
That's good, yeah.
Yeah.
You have a third?
Third. I don't know if I have a third, really.
What would your favorite flavor of pie be? Or type of pie, sorry.
Oh, apple pie.
It's pretty good. What about you, Trayson?
This is quite simple, really. You have pie, Pumpkin, obviously. No other way to go. No other way. Apple's good, sorry, Declan, but pumpkin.
No, it's
always.
okay.
And then hot cocoa, because hot chocolate is like hot chocolate's okay, but hot cocoa is.
But what's the difference?
hot cocoa
What is the difference?
it's mixed with milk, and then hot chocolate is just mixed with water.
Well, hot chocolate can be mixed with milk still. I guess we'll find out the difference later.
Yeah,
And
but
get back to you.
Chocolate milk has the milk in it.
well, hot chocolate and hot cocoa are the same thing. It's just hot cocoa is called a different thing so that you can differentiate if it's put in milk or not. And hot cocoa is when it's mixed with milk.
I don't know, but you can make hot chocolate with milk.
Well,
Yeah, but it's not hot cocoa. Is
I
it?
know.
I think hot cocoa is made with actual cocoa powder.
I didn't name
And
it.
hot chocolate is made with a mix.
I didn't
or
name
something
it.
else.
I'm
I don't
sorry.
know. It's okay. Anyways,
But
continue.
my number 3 would definitely have to be like those little shortbread cookies, you know? Like whatever those are called. No,
Just
it's
shortbread cookies.
guys, it's fruitcake. I love fruitcake so much. It's my favorite.
Wait.
No.
What is your third favorite? That's all I
Never,
understand.
ever eat fruitcake. That's my advice to you guys.
Yeah.
Fruitcake is so bad. Like, just picturing it in my mind is like, no. But no, my third is like the little shortbread cookies.
Yeah.
Those are good.
Those are.
Okay, so I have to say, this is a bit tough.
Number 1.
Number 1.
Number 2.
Burger King foot lettuce. No, just kidding. No, number 1 is pie again. Everyone loves pie.
Yeah.
I'd have to say, I don't know. I like pumpkin pie and apple pie. Those are both good. No, not Taco Bell. And second, I'd say Christmas cookies. So like sugar cookies basically, but like Christmas decorated. And then third would be I don't really know. I'd say this isn't exactly like a dessert, but it's a candy canes, but not peppermint ones. I like more like sweet, like fruity kind of, like maybe cherry flavored. And then it looks like it's gonna be peppermint, and you take a bite and you're like, cherry. I don't know. I just don't like peppermint that much. I like the other flavors of candy canes.
Peppermint is very generic, but I still like peppermint, you know.
And now there's Oreo candy canes, and they look kind of gross.
Wait, what?
I don't know if I'd try that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a black and white Oreo candy cane.
How are you going to make a candy cane taste like a cookie and cream cheese?
Cream cheese.
Wait, cream
It's
cheese.
it's not cream cheese. It's like its own frosting.
Yeah, it's
Cookies and cream?
Yeah, but it's not.
Yeah,
Cookies and
Trey.
cream.
But it's not cream
well,
cheese,
Trey.
and also they're just
Yeah,
Oreos.
yeah, Trey. It's not cookies and cream cheese.
Do you know how to make
It's
frosting?
cookies and cream.
It's cream cheese and sugar.
Yeah, but they can't put cream cheese in an Oreo because
yeah.
it would need refrigerated most of the time.
And that might be gross.
I know. It probably would. You're like a...
Man, okay. Enough with the food. We're gonna argue over whether Oreos have cream cheese or not, and then we're totally gonna be wrong.
I know that don't have cream cheese, but like
Yeah.
frosting, man.
I guess if you made homemade Oreos, sure.
Yeah.
But yeah.
All
right.
We can move on.
Next, we're going to talk about. Does anyone want to introduce it?
Secret Santa gifts. Everyone's favorite.
So, what does everyone know about Secret Santa gifts?
What I know is that you you find someone and you buy them a gift, but you try and keep yourself secret and you give them that gift.
And then they don't know who it's from?
Yes. So, I'll add this to that. Some people, like, you draw a name out of a hat, so you get a random person to give the gift to out of a group of people, and then no one knows who they get the gift from, and then I guess you could just guess who it is or maybe reveal who it was eventually, like after. But the whole point of it is to not know who the gift is from until after you've already given all the gifts out.
And a lot of the time, people will get gifts that are like completely strange and like unorthodox. They just make zero sense. But sometimes people get meaningful gifts too. It just depends.
Or you could mix the two. Because like white elephant gifts are kind of like crazy weird gifts.
Yeah.
And then Secret Santa could be meaningful ones too. Or, yeah, it could be either one. There's not much to say about Secret Santa gifts.
That's how it works.
It's a fun thing to do, so you should go try it out.
You can go home and do it with your family, and it's fun.
Yeah.
And you could even just spend like $1 at the dollar store, and you can get some pretty interesting stuff.
And it's always fun too.
Yeah. Next topic.
This is going to be a very fun
Would you like
one.
to introduce us, Declan?
Yes. The next topic is ice.
Oh.
Slipping on it is the best.
Yeah.
Oh, you know those times when you walk outside and you take that first step down the porch and then you slip and land on your back and your back hits the stairs and then you look at your back later, but it's not bruised, it's just really red and it looks terrifying and you're like, did I break a bone? But then
You go to the
feel
doctor
it,
and your spine is broken and you're paralyzed.
Yeah. Best feeling in the world.
I'm speaking from experience.
No, you're not paralyzed.
This happened to me like 3 days ago.
Except for if you live in a
But
place
I'm
that never
fine.
gets ice, then you will never know this experience. You'll just be like, just walk outside and you never have to worry.
Ice is cold and slippery and it's a death trap when
And
you're
it-
driving.
Can be in a pool
Yeah.
that is 32 degrees or colder. From experience.
From experience.
From experience. Yeah.
Sliding down a slide into ice.
No one will know what we're talking about, but it's okay. So, ice is interesting because there's ice that you probably don't want to eat. I know this sounds weird, okay? I'm going to talk about eating ice, okay? There's ice you probably don't want to eat because it's like on the side of the road and it's all black.
No, don't
No.
eat that.
But there's also ice you
Poison.
do want to eat. Like if you have a glass of water, then you're like, crunch, crunch.
Oh, it tastes so good.
Pebble ice is the best.
You can also trick your
Yeah.
brain into thinking that you're full off of ice. It's weird, but it works. So like you'll be like, "Oh, I'm full now," but you didn't eat anything. So
You're just drinking water, but solidified.
yeah,
Wait.
it's
You eat water? Wait, if you eat ice, you're just
Wait.
eating water.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
And people say it's impossible to eat water, so.
I guess you could. Well, I saw this video on YouTube where this guy fried water
and he
by
ate it.
by
Yeah.
putting he puts it in like a chemical.
Put it in like a cellulose case.
cellulose case. Yeah.
Yeah.
casing.
I guess we've all seen this video then.
Yeah.
And then he fries it, and then he eats the fried water.
It just explodes in his mouth like one of those weird little boba things.
Yeah.
Pops like a
Boba.
balloon.
It's water boba. I want to try that. Imagine if you just had boba, but it was just water with water boba. Like no flavor. It's just the water.
They're actually working on like making water bottles that like are just like that.
That you can just eat.
Yeah, you just pop it in your mouth and then it breaks in your mouth like a boba.
Delicious water bottle. Might need to go grab another.
Delicious. It's like a water balloon that you throw in your mouth and it's like it's so weird.
Okay. Is there anything else we have to say about ice?
Don't slip on it. It hurts.
Yeah, a lot of people say icicles are dangerous, which they are, but for some reason I find breaking icicles very mesmerizing. There's just something about it that's just like you grab an icicle and you're like, I want to smash this. Yeah,
I feel you.
yeah, I think a lot of people can agree. But
Now what you should try
just
doing is
mesmerizing.
you should shave down an icicle with sandpaper.
Sandpaper. Make an ice sculpture. Oh, ice sculptures. We
Yeah.
didn't think about that before, but there's some pretty crazy ice sculptures, and they all melt. So
A lot of people make ice
Yeah.
sculptures out of chainsaws.
out of chainsaws.
Or with chainsaws.
chainsaws. You just don't use ice. You just use chainsaws.
Let's carve an ice sculpture out of a chainsaw, guys. Take the chain off first.
Okay, that sure does make a lot of sense.
Yeah, obviously.
So I guess let's move on to our last topic. This one is pretty interesting. We're gonna talk about. I'm gonna restart. We're going to talk about Christmas around the world. Now, there are lots of traditions for Christmas around the world, and so I guess how about we say our favorite tradition that we have, and then I can talk about some of the traditions I know from other countries, and we can discuss them.
Mm-hmm.
So, Declan, what's your favorite tradition?
Well, we have a tradition where on Christmas Eve, my mom and dad gives me and Trayson boxes, and we can open them, and they have pajamas inside that we can wear for Christmas Eve, going into Christmas, you know? Yeah.
That's nice. What about you, Trayson?
My favorite Christmas tradition is Christmas.
Well said.
Wow. Yeah.
Beautiful.
That's wonderful.
That's beautiful, Trayson.
Yeah, thank you.
My favorite Christmas tradition is on Christmas Eve as well. We go over to my grandma's house and we eat food, and then she gives everyone a small present, and then we sing some Christmas carols, and we do a nativity, and sometimes we've done Secret Santa, but we didn't do it. We haven't done it for the past 2 years just because of weird stuff. Yeah, but yeah, it's pretty fun. It's just like a nice family celebration on Christmas Eve, and then we go home and we also get pajamas. So, yeah,
Sounds fun.
all right. So the first Christmas tradition we're going to talk about is from Mexico. Now, on the 16th to I think the 24th, or no, it might be before the 16th. Sometime in December, I'm trying to remember the dates. They have Las Posadas. And this basically is, they're celebrating the journey that Mary and Joseph took until they had the baby Jesus in Bethlehem, right? And so they go from house to house singing a song, and they're let into the house, and they get food sometimes in the houses, and then they go on to the next house. So it's like a journey, I guess. And once they get to the next house, they have a full-on celebration. So it's like set up and everything like that, so that you can go from one specific house to another. So it's basically like Christmas carols, but just remembering.
But you walk inside and you get the figgy pudding.
Yeah, well, yeah, but it's not figgy pudding though.
No, it's.
I don't know. It's
probably like
traditional foods.
tamales.
Sometimes they have mole, which is like spicy chocolate sauce in a way. I don't know. It's hard to explain. We watched a video on it in Spanish class. So, yeah. Interesting tradition.
That is interesting.
All right.
I actually have a very interesting tradition. I don't know if it's on the list at all, but one that I thought was really interesting, I think it's a German tradition, but it's the one where like people put their shoes outside and they get little treats in their shoes. And I always thought that was so funny because I was like, what if you what if you have giant shoes? Like,
you get more?
You get more presents than your neighbor next door. And they have like tiny shoes.
See, that reminds me of stockings. Like, a lot of people hang up stockings. They're like giant socks, and you put candy or little smaller presents in them. I think that's the same with the shoes. It's just you're putting smaller presents in there, right? I don't know. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah. I just think that's such a funny, like, tradition, you know? And they also leave, like, some, similar to milk and cookies, but, like, they leave carrots outside for the reindeers.
Yeah, a lot of people do that.
So, that's pretty funny as well.
Declan, do you know about the tradition with the Christmas pickle?
The Christmas pickle. I've heard about it. They like hide like a pickle-looking thing in a tree or something. I think that's what it was.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't exactly know what the rest of it is. All I know is that's part of it.
So people hide a pickle ornament in their Christmas tree, and then the first kid to find it gets to open one of their presents first. So like, I don't know. Some people are probably like, okay, you gotta open the one that we choose or something. But some kids are probably gonna be like, I'm gonna go for the biggest present. They see like a giant present, they open it, and it's like, oh wow, it's a tiny stick of chapstick or something. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know.
That'd be so sad.
Yeah, like imagine a present the size of an actual human, like say a 6 foot tall person, and you open it and it's like chapstick. You got chapped lips. No, but yeah, usually it's just you find the pickle first and you get to open one of the presents first. Interesting tradition.
Very interesting.
I don't know why it's a pickle, but
They're like, let's put a pickle in a tree.
I mean, at least it's not a real pickle. That would be weird.
you just hide a real pickle in the tree.
Something smells weird. Something smells like vinegar.
It'd be easier to find. Because I think the point is that a pickle is green and the tree is green.
It'd
So
be
you
like
could get
wet. There's gonna be a squirrel in the tree eating the pickle. When you find it.
Okay, one other tradition that I could think of is Krampus. If you've been bad, you get kidnapped and taken away.
Oh, nice.
Not to Neverland either.
You just get taken.
Taken by the evil goat person.
He's like Santa, but
Evil,
the opposite.
evil goat Santa.
Satan.
He's Satan.
He's Satan.
No, it's Satan's messenger boy.
Messenger. The
Something,
goat.
I don't know.
The goat devil.
Goat devil.
Oh my gosh.
Goat simulator be like. The goat devil.
So be good this Christmas.
Or Krampus will get you.
He's gonna find you. Coal isn't the worst thing you could get for Christmas. And besides, back like 200 years ago, coal was actually a great thing to get for Christmas.
Still is.
It still is.
Think of how much you could do with coal.
You can draw on the sidewalk. You can use it as fuel.
Vandalize.
You
No,
can
I'm just kidding. No.
No, it's chalk.
No.
And plus, you could actually use coal for something really good. I mean, if you have like the right pressure and the right amount of heat, which
Diamonds,
probably
boy.
not. You can make diamonds, but
Yeah.
that's probably not gonna happen.
Yeah, that's pretty hard to get.
Yeah, because you have to have like a lot of pressure and heat to actually make it.
This guy's a genius.
Thank you.
Scholars.
All right.
Scholars, these men are.
That's about everything for our episode today. We hope you guys have a merry, merry, merry Christmas and a happy New Year, of course. And we'll see you next time.
And I'd also like to add on to that and say, Mary, 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 Joseph, Mary, 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 Merry Christmas.
And happy Hanukkah if you celebrate Hanukkah. Happy Kwanzaa. There's one other, isn't there?
Happy day.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
And as always, stay random.
Stay random, guys.
Stay random.